Okay, checking in this afternoon, 4:34 p.m. We are going to be talking about the latest news in immigration, really what's going on. We are going to be talking about it. And please, if you have a comment, leave it in the comment. Leave your comment. We're going to be talking about the latest immigration news. Say hi in the comment. Say hi in the comments. What's going on with immigration? Hi, Mido. How are you? Hi, Kay. How are you? Yes, you're in. Let's get straight into it. If you have a question, please leave it in the comment. Yes, Lucy. Lucy, how are you? Hi, Kevin. How are you? Abdul, how are you? I'm doing good. Well, at least for now. Yeah, I'm doing good. Akif Virani, no updates at all. I don't see any updates on immigration reform. Uh, First of all, for that reform, just you have to wait at least until November to hear anything from them, from those people. You need to wait until November if you want to hear anything from those people. So, hi Modesta, how are you? Hi Mido, how are you? I said hi. How are you? Thanks for joining, and you are the first to join in. Thanks for joining. We're just gonna share some news, right? What's really going on with immigration? Hello, Jibril. How are you? So let me share my screen so we can get into the news, the latest immigration news. Uh, okay, let me just share my screen here. I usually just go to USCIS um, and then check the latest immigration news there. And then I go to, um, first of all, I go here, right? Newsroom. And then you just go to all USCIS news. Okay. So what's going on? It's like USCIS updates interpretation of under honorable conditions for military naturalization. So what are they talking about? Let's check it out. This is the first news here. Okay, what the USCIS is saying: the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service is publishing an update to its policy manual to clarify that a current or former service member who receive an uncharacterized charge may be eligible for naturalization under Section 328 and 329, okay, of the Immigration and Naturalization Act. So previously, USCIS had interpreted the requirement for a separation under honorable conditions to require a separation characterized as either honorable or general under honorable condition. Okay, this changes to USCIS interpretation of honorable condition to encompass uncharacterized discharges as well as honorable and general under honorable condition discharges. So now this interpretation aligns with the Department of Defense instruction on the interpretation. So basically, they're just trying to tell us what they mean by separation under honorable conditions. Okay? So the new interpretation is under honorable conditions to encompass and categorize discharges as well as honorable and general under honorable condition discharges. So, well, in order to go deeper, it's just basically if somebody has been in the military and they have been discharged honorably, So they have to know what USCIS means by that, okay? Because the interpretation has changed. Then we have this. This is really good, right? New STEAM resources available on USCIS website. What are they talking about? They are talking about option for non-citizen professional to work in the United States. That's what we want. Professional to work in the United States. And we know that STEAM degrees are science degrees, okay? Basically, science, technology, engineer, and mathematics, okay? So then we have, what are they really trying to say? They're trying to say that if you are a professional, especially F1 student, right, and you have a degree, can you apply for a green card using EB1? Okay. Yes, you can. EB1, O1, or EB1. Okay. Extraordinary ability. We have talked about it before. This requires that the person have a widespread and sustained acclaim. And then we have other, which is H1B. Lately, I will be talking a lot about work visas. Just stay tuned on my YouTube channel. You'll be listening a lot on H1B visa and those L1 visa. So those are the questions. Do I need to have a job offer? Do I need a company to submit a petition for me? When it comes to EB1, you don't need a company to submit a petition for you. But when it comes to H1B and L1, you need a company. So you can go ahead and read all those requirements here. It's pretty much straightforward. So basically, that's what's going on with USCIS, right? And then we have, they're talking about I-589 intake and processing delay. Okay, we know that asylum applications always delays, always delay. So that's why they're trying to say if you haven't received a notice, it's because they are process. They're gonna process it. It's just that they have a lot of cases. Okay, USCIS is currently experiencing delay in issuing receipt. So if you file a form I-589 and you haven't received a receipt yet, don't worry, it's going to come. That's what they're telling us because they have a lot of cases. Okay. And then they updated O1 petition with a focus on STEAM field. The same thing we talk about here, extraordinary ability. Yep. People in science, technology, engineer, and mathematics. Let me stop sharing. So that's the only good news going on here. Now we're going to take questions. What is your question about traveling document? Yogeta Bharat. What is your question about traveling document? Can you ask the question here? Yogeta, can you ask the question here? Because I don't remember your question. People ask questions all the time. I'm not there all the time to answer questions. I answer questions when I can, you know. That's why we have consultations so that you can pay the fees so we can process, like, assess your case. Can someone that has I-130 approved that is not current and an individual is undocumented can get driver license in Georgia? Oh, you're asking Akif Vihani, you're asking a very specific question. When it comes to Georgia, you have to go to their DMV and ask them that question. If I-130 approved, but priority is not current, I don't think I-130 is a form of ID that you have to show for the purpose of getting a driver license. You have to show your work permit. That's what they really look at. Yeah, this question, Akif, you have to ask it to DMV in Georgia. Yogeta Bahat. Yes, travel document, it even says on the application itself, it's not guaranteed. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to come back. It just means that, let's say, for example, you ask to go, let's say, for example, you ask to go to Canada, but you end up going to Brazil. Well, basically, you have violated the terms of that parole. So when you come back, you might not get in because you just violated the term of the parole. So to be honest with you, if somebody's traveling on parole, they have to be careful of what they said that they were going to go and what exactly they're going to go to do there in order not to have some type of violations. So what is travel document good for? It's good because some people have emergency, like they have parents at the hospital, they have to go and they can go and come back. But if you violate the terms of that travel document, you might not come back. And for example, if somebody has a, let's say somebody has a green card application pending, right? And then they get a travel document and then they go. And in the meantime, here, the decision comes that their application of green card has been denied. What? The person cannot come in. That's just like common sense, you know, because the green card application got denied. What are you coming here for? So when you get those travel documents, you really have to be careful where you're going, what you're going to do there, and what you said you're going to do there. So basically, that's the terms of it. But do people go and come back? Yes, people go and come back. Some people got denied. Yes, they got denied because they violated the conditions of the parole, because it's a parole. Okay? Yogera, I guess we answer your question. So who else has a question? We need to answer those questions. Nobody else has a question. Yeah, I don't think people have questions, so we can move on. Anybody has question? I'm waiting for 2 more questions before I leave. If you have a question, oh, maybe I should get questions from Yogera. I think if you want to visit your mom, uh, you should go if you get parole, because it's parole, right? Um, it just depends on, like, if you violated, because some people, they go there, they just violate the terms of the parole. That's it. That's why they can't get in. You're welcome. Can you give me some news for pending asylum? Pending asylum, my friend Suman, there's no news as far as pending asylum. People have pending asylum cases since 2014. They haven't got an interview yet. No news at all. Some people, you know what they end up doing is just sue USCIS in order to get a response. You can try expedited request and hope it works. We tried 2 expedited requests. One worked, one didn't work. So expedited request is case by case. No guarantee at all, but case by case. So any other question? Any other question? Additional question? So anyone can apply for travel document, or they need to be legal status, for example. Sanita, if someone is pending asylum with USCIS, they can apply for, it's not really travel document, it's permission to go out, which it is called parole. but still using the same form I-131, they can apply, right? So applying is like, if you qualify, you apply. Are they going to give it to you? It's up to them. So, and if they give it to you, are you going to go where? That's the question. If you have asylum pending, where are you trying to go? Because you can't really go in your country. So, Bless, do you think there will be good news? Bless, we're still waiting for this reform. If it's gonna happen, I don't know. Nobody can really predict that, but it doesn't hurt to hope. If you have completed your interview for over 2 years now, what should you do? Lily, what type of interview? Clinton, Lily Iki Clinton, what type of interview are you talking about? Are you talking about asylum interview and you haven't got a response yet? Well, you need to keep calling them and you need to keep pushing them around, because USCIS, you have to keep putting pressure on them. Otherwise, you're just going to be waiting there forever. Yeah, that's how USCIS works. Adjustment of status by marriage. Okay. Well, you need to keep calling USCIS. You need to keep submitting inquiry online, because if it has been more than 2 years, you haven't got a response yet, something must be wrong. Suman, congressmen can help you if they want, right? You should ask them. If you know somebody, a congressman, you should ask a congressman, can you help me on my pending asylum? I'm trying to expedite my case and see if it's going to help. Does it work? Sometimes, yes, it works. You're welcome, Lily. Yeah, I'm just waiting for questions. That's all. If somebody has a question, it's time to just put it here. Try to answer the question. If somebody has a question, just put it in there. Miss C, if you have TPS, I think it's advisable to travel with a travel document from TPS. Yes, it is advisable. Asylum cases is pending with where? The court or USCIS. If it's pending with USCIS, yes, you can really travel outside of the US with your TPS and travel document. But if your asylum is pending in court, I strongly advise not to. Miss C, it depends on where your asylum is pending, USCIS or court, immigration court. If your asylum is pending with USCIS, yes, I can advise that. But if your asylum is pending with the court, I will never advise that. Oh, Miss C, your asylum is pending in court. No, I will never advise you to travel, even if you have TPS, because guess what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen is when you come back, because you are in removal proceedings, right? When you come back and later on you want to adjust status based on marriage or something, right? You have a right. Let's say later on in the process you want to adjust status because you have the right to apply for green card. What they're gonna come with is inadmissibility because you were in removal proceedings and you went outside, even though you went with a permission to travel. So when somebody's in removal, I will strongly advise against it if you're in removal. Your sister passed her citizenship interview and until now the certificate has not arrived. The certificate doesn't arrive until your sister goes to the ceremony. Did your sister get took the oath of office? Like you have to go to the not the oath of office, sorry, the oath that people take after the passing the citizenship test. So yeah, this, you have to go to the ceremony. And if she hasn't received the invitation to go to the ceremony, then something is wrong. So she needs to call USCIS and find out why. Missy, did you enter without inspection? Missy, how did you get to the US without inspection? Epoti, yes, you can apply for asylum when your case is pending with USCIS. Yes, you can apply. It's two different things. So you can apply for TPS. It doesn't hurt you to apply for TPS. It's just that you have to pay USCIS fees. You know, USCIS likes it when you pay them fees. So, but the answer is yes, you can apply. Bless, if you're in Miss C, if you're in removal, my advice is I will strongly advise against traveling outside of the United States if you're in removal. That's it. That's my only advice. You are giving it yeah, you are giving it I-90 says parole, then you don't need to travel to be legal because you've been paroled in the US. You just have to focus on your case in asylum, in court. It doesn't matter if the I-94 has expired, Mississippi. The only thing you have to do is adjust status either in court or with USCIS. But in order for you to adjust with USCIS, you have to terminate your removal proceedings in court, which is not that easy to do. So basically, when your case is pending in removal, you can adjust in removal in court. When your time comes, you can adjust in court. But if you have I-94, you are paroled, so you don't really need to travel outside in order to come back in order for you to be legal. No, you don't need that because you were paroled in the US. So if the H4 of my wife and my children has not already come out, the company where I'm working can apply for green card for me and my family. Do you know with H4, Alida, well, Missy, I don't know. To be honest with you, you should schedule a consultation with me, okay? So we can assess your case, like truly, like the entire case. Because right now we're just giving you random answers. Probably it's not going to help you out. You should schedule a private consultation where we take the time to go over your case. But what I'm just trying to tell you is, like, if you're in removal, don't travel outside because it's going to create problems in the future. So you can do it if you want, but I'm just going to tell you from my experience, it's going to create you problem in the future. That's it. That's what I have to say. But if you enter with parole, you can adjust status marrying a U.S. citizen unless you have other issue of inadmissibility, that's which you are not aware of. So, Missy, you need to schedule. Let me give you the link so you can schedule your appointment. Okay. Let me just give you the link. Okay. Missy, this is the link I sent you in the comment. Please schedule your consultation because you really have to schedule. Otherwise, you're not going to get an answer. Oh, Missy, you have a lawyer. What do you mean the fee is quite expensive? It's not expensive. My consultation No, if you have a lawyer so you can afford it, my consultations are the cheapest consultation ever. So yeah, no, my consultation is the cheapest. I think you can get 175 if you want to really resolve your problems. I don't think 175 is a lot to pay. Yeah, my consultation really is the cheapest. Okay, let's see. I wanted to answer this question. Okay, Kandom Alida. Okay, if the H4 of my wife and my children has not already came out, the company where I'm working, can I apply green card for me and my family? Oh, that's a tricky question. I believe you can, but the thing with H4 is that, but if it hasn't come out, how are you going to apply? That's the problem. You can apply for you, but I'm not sure you can apply for your children. Abdul Rahim, whether OPLA is joining motion to dismiss based on pending, based on approval, you have a better chance. Based on pending, you can only continue it. But can you try? Yes, you can try, but chances are they are likely to join a motion when you have an I-130 approved already. Okay, so that's where they're more likely to join a motion to dismiss the case. But what you can do in the meantime is try to continue your case until you get an approval. Then you can try the joint motion to dismiss proceedings based on I-130 approved. That's what I just did today. Um, is it possible to cancel? They don't say canceled. You're gonna try to Missy. You can try to terminate your removal proceedings and see if it's gonna work. It's so difficult to get the removal proceeding terminated. You have to at least try to have an I-130 approved before you even try. Otherwise, they're just gonna look at it and reject it, deny it, basically. So, Abdullah, I hope I answer your question, right? So you can try to continue your case based on I-130 pending. But dismissing based on I-130 pending, that's you like pushing too far. Try to get at least I-130 approved before you get to the dismissal. That's most likely OPLA will join if they have an approved I-130. Okay, so any other question? Let's get to those questions. Missy, you need to schedule a consultation. You can't get half answer like that. Your case is complicated. Schedule your consultation so we can advise you properly. Okay? So any more questions? Okay. Kandom Alida, if H4 visa is pending, I don't think you can apply for a green card. H4 visa is pending. Oh, Kandom Alida, sorry. Yes, you can apply for green card petition because H4 green card has a dual intent. So basically, you can do two things at the same time. So Kandol Alida, the answer is yes. You can apply for it. You can apply for it because you have dual intent. Uh, and we can get really you can apply for it because H4 has a dual intent, so you can pursue both things apart, separately, right? So the answer is yes. In short, the answer is yes. Okay. So you're welcome. Miss C, yes, schedule your appointment. Come on, don't be cheap. Don't try being cheap. I mean, if you schedule your appointment, I can advise you properly on what to do and what not to do. Because if you have parole, uh, when you got here, basically, you can adjust status. I don't see why they're telling you not to adjust status. So, but the only thing I'm saying, traveling when your case is pending with the court, I strongly advise not to do it. That's it. Okay, thanks. So, any more questions? We're gonna wrap up. I think we got all the questions for today. We're gonna wrap up. We're gonna answer some more questions on the 15 on my private Facebook group. You can join. We're gonna answer some more questions on the 15, August 15. I'll be there answering questions live again. If you need a consultation, please schedule it. On my banner, I have a link for consultation. Or if you go under About Me on my YouTube, you scroll down, you see a link for consultation. After getting travel document, what next? This is a question that has no beginning, just in the middle. What do you mean after what next? What next for what? Jeff, I mean you. Your question has no beginning, it's just in the middle. We don't know what you're trying to ask. After getting a travel document, what next? Well, you travel, that's what next, right? So your question is just in the. Well, first of all, did you apply? Did you apply VOW application, travel document, work permit, green card? Depending on what application you file. VAWA takes at least 3 years for it to get approved. If you didn't apply with a green card and the work permit, then you're going to have to wait for 3 years. Once you get approved, then they will automatically give you a work permit. And once you get approved, then you apply for the green card. So I don't know if you apply with all the thing together or did you just file I-130, I-360 and the travel document. Yes, that's it. So depending on what application is pending there, they're only going to work the application that you have pending with them. In short, that's the answer. Okay, so I'm going to end for today. And then, yeah, go ahead, schedule consultation. The fees are so cheap. So we can assess your case and give you a proper advice. Until next time, bye-bye.